Welcome to the Ponderous Brick Thinker. This is another installment in Learning from the Pros. In this episode, we're going to look at Brickcraft set 7209, D.I.Y, Do-It-Yourself Egg. This comes from the Botanicals line. Usually this line is for floral, plant sets, but I guess they're extending it to iconic sculptural builds as well. It does have 3 ideas, but it builds only 1 egg. And I do want to point out, even when I was younger, decades ago, that it was a question of how to build an egg out of plastic bricks. And after all this time, this is what we have come up with. Decades, people. So let's get started. That's it. So I can see that the majority is the light aqua color, and these are not quite pastel. I think you can consider the pink pastel. It's a light blue, light yellow, but spring colors. There we are. More sets coming along in the springtime. Oh, wow, that's helpful. Wow. Just a quick reference of how big your piece is so you don't have to. I might use this in future builds that are not necessarily Brickcraft, because that is helpful. So let's get started with step 1. It's a 4x4 plate, and on top of that is a 2x2 plate that looks like it's centered. Step 2, we get 4 of these angled 1x2s. 1x2 has that much of a slope, and let's see here. And they just surround the 2x2 plate. It's only 92 pieces. I think it's because they're all sharing the same color. It might be just like sorting them through. Okay, so we have something like that. Going on to step 3. Now that might be a new piece I have not seen. Let's see. It's a 1 stud plate, but it has studs on both sides. And the reason they want to do that is because they're going to take this 1 stud brick that has a horizontal stud, turn it upside down, and put it in like that. So there's a stud on both sides. So this is, I would not have thought of a piece like that, a double-sided plate. Just make sure you have it's on both sides. So it can only be inserted like this. Now these bricks now have the ability to turn this upside down. We face 1 like this, and the plate is on the top. Even though you have the option of putting the plate on the bottom, that will throw off the horizontal stud, so something like that. And do it 2 times. Let's see what the other side says. And then do it for 3 and 4, the other corners. Let's see here. Okay, so there is a normal plate, 1 stud plate. But they're asking for the double. Yes. Here we are. And then the one-step brick. That. Here's the brick. And the plate. Okay, and then I think they want to be specific as to what side the horizontal stud is pointing out. So it is basically each side gets one horizontal stud. When you hold it like this, one goes out this way and one comes towards you. Turn it back around. Oh no, we get another 4x4 plate. And it gets this 1x2 brick that has 4 horizontal studs. Face it away. And then we put in 3 more. I think they just wanted to be clear as to where this one goes. Like that. And like that. So we surround this area. And oh, now I'm seeing what they're kind of going for. This goes on top of the first one from step 4. In step 7, we put them like this. So now this side has studs exposed that can be decorated or can continue if it's part of the design, more slope, kind of. But now you can still build up in both directions. Okay, so that's step 7. Step 8, we get another 4x4 plate. And here, at least in step 8, we get a single stud plate, normal one, 4 corner. And then in step 9, we get 3 more. I'm not sure why they separated them out. Maybe just to orient the plate. And so there should be a single step plate on each of the corners, like that. Okay, step 10. We get these corner bricks. They kind of hug the corners like that. So they just kind of wrap around. So this one they did do all 4 at once. Like that. Okay. And then in step 11, we get a 2x4. And we cross it in like this. And then 2 1x2 plates, just so that everything's on level. Okay, so now in step 12, we come in and insert like this. There's no direct, like the outcome of the connection, but more than likely, this kind of continues to that there. It doesn't look like an egg right now, but what matters is the finished product. But can you imagine, or can you foresee where things are going to go in order to make that egg shape? Okay, so step 13, it's a 3x4. And let's see, how can we describe it? A 1x2 on the bottom row in the middle. And then above that is a 2x4 there. But you do that 2 times. So a 3x4 and a 1x2 on the bottom row in the middle, and then a 2x4 there. So we have these as the lower parts just for reference. And then we insert them here. Now it looks like the top row is going to match that row there. barely touches the horizontal studs. And we do the same here, the top row with the bottom row right there. Curious, I thought I'm pretty sure I have seen a single stud brick with horizontal studs on all sides, and maybe even like in a corner, side by side. That could have been helpful just to help grab this. Not that I think anyone's expecting for this to be played with. It needs the extra strength, but just a thought as another opportunity maybe. Okay, moving on. Step 14. Same process of a 3x4 and a 1x2 bottom row in the middle, and then a 1x2 on top of that. Do it 2 times. 3x4, 1x2 on the bottom row in the middle, and then a 2x4 on top of that. Insert them here, so the top row, bottom row, top row, bottom row. Now it's kind of looking eggy. Okay, step 15. What do we have here? So these are plates, corner plates. We're gonna need 2 of them and a 1x2 to connect them together. We're gonna need to do this 4 times. Okay, so 2 corner plates and a 1x2 plate to connect them. Like that. 2 corner plates and a 1x2 plate, like that. Corner plate, 1x2 plate, the other corner plate, and there. It's so easy to get it off, so use tables as needed. There. Okay, so with these, we're gonna put them right there. So it's the bottom row, top row. Oh. That actually looks kind of nice. So then bottom row, top row, bottom row. Oops. There. And top row, bottom row. There. Okay. And so over here, we're going to get these 4 smooth plates, curves actually, and they're going to be like that. We're going to need 3 more. Like that. And 1 more. And, oop, like that. Then we're going to get this piece. It's a 2x2 cylinder, kind of cone-ish. It goes in this middle. And then we're going to get 4 of these 1x2 angles. Same ones we use on the bottom to kind of go around it. Now then, we have completed the egg. Generally, it does feel like an egg in terms of shape, except for right here. That's that kind of, oh, this was coming out nice. But then because of the shape of the egg, you kind of have to go steeper, quicker, which might not be, if you do it studs all the way, it might not be as nice. But let's see what the decoration options are. I'm not seeing like interesting. I know we had the pictures right here, but I didn't really pay much attention to them. But like for example, this one, okay, could be a butterfly. And I thought there was going to be some kind of pattern, but here it looks like a kind of a little bit random. There's no clear direction. Let's look at what step 18 shows. Okay, and then 21. Okay, so that's the finish of that portion. And then you finish that portion. And then, oh, here's the butterfly. This one I think I'll do. Even though it seems that you only do this shape there on that side. And, okay. All right, so here we're gonna use 2 green hearts. 2 purple corners. Nope, that's not a corner. That. The corners in this case are facing outward, which is a choice considering how much effort, quotes, of trying to make it eggy, and all of a sudden you kind of pointed out here's a corner. So I'm gonna do it opposite way and see if that helps. I would say it does help. So that the corners are inward and you have, oh, that's not a heart. So you have the softer edges on the outer part of the egg shape. So that way kind of helps make it more smooth. Not a lot, but just enough to kind of help that illusion. Okay, so then over here we get 2 yellow corners. And they're kind of faced like this. They're going to be on the same level with the green hearts. So the corners are basically meeting the green heart corners. And then here, there's a pink half circle plate under each one, like so. And then on this side, for some reason, we're gonna put a blue circle on this corner, a green circle over here, a pink corner here, and then a green corner. Oop. No, yeah, there we go. Corners on the outside. Then over here is a purple heart. Like that. Okay, and then rotate the egg around. A purple heart on the upper corner. A yellow heart up here. So that's that side. Then over here's a pink circle. And then a yellow circle. Oop, oh. What happened there? Okay, I think I pushed too hard because there's no... This is the part where I can't even take it out now. There we go. I pushed it in too hard there, so in this case, be gentle when you put the decorations in the corners because they can go in. Okay, so now we have a green corner, a pink corner. Oop, I pushed the... There we go. And then oop, pink, like that. And a yellow heart, like that. There are still pieces left, but per direction, that's it. Okay, so again, having a nice pattern, I think, is the key to go on this. Because here's, okay, I don't know why there's extra colors right here. Why did they not prescribe? Maybe they just said here. Maybe you can do this in other places. So let's see, what can we do? We have 2 blues. Nope, that's a heart. 2 blue hearts. 1 green half. We have that. Oh yeah, we do have 2 blue. But we don't have 2 colors of the same corners to recreate the butterfly effect. So let me put the blue here. That's right here. And do that. And then let's see if we can spare a corner. We do have 2 purple here. So I can do this. And put purple here. And then the other corner here. And for variety, I'm going to move this one down. And I can put a yellow. Because blue's right here. Green's right there. And okay, so we can do that much. Okay, so we can just fill up the other spaces, put some hearts. And so the other thing, without having studs up here, here is where you have the variety and decorate the egg. If I put one here, does it draw too much attention that this is not smooth? It's not like an egg. There's green all over. So, yes, that's all the pieces, and this is what you can do with one of many options. But yes, I would like to see more experimentation with the shapes of the bricks that could make an egg. Granted, it would be very limited use because, for example, a circle of a particular circumference, that's when you complete it, that's the only size of circle you can do. It's not as flexible as, say, for example, a 2x2 or 1x2, 2x4. You can modular that. But when you have a curve, that's set. So if this is the ideal size of an egg, then maybe there could be a special brick that kind of make this almost better into an egg shape. or another kind of just rings or slices so that they're still circles and with studs on the outside so that it can be decorated. And that way, just combining those, you get your egg or a mixture of them. Oh, I didn't realize there's one there. um, but yeah, so it's an interesting thing, and it's you kind of have to blur your eyes a bit to kind of ignore that, or don't put pieces to call attention to it, or have lighting so you can see the shadow of it. But overall, it was right here. That's good egg shape right there. And then just because of the shape of the egg, this has to be steeper and then curve inward, which again, just probably with flat plates, you might not be able to do that. And then, yeah, then having studs up here, you have the opportunity to decorate it some more. So that's pretty interesting. That'll be it for this one. Thank you for stopping by. If you liked the episode, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more projects of different variety and themes, go ahead and subscribe and sign up for notifications. And see you next time.